So I'm Christie with the LaRouchePAC Policy Committee, downtown Seattle with our team, in front of the building that houses the Perkins Coie law firm. Now, Perkins Coie, of course, has come into the media, shining attention on the fact that, or the alleged role that they have played in taking money from the Democratic National Committee and the Hillary Clinton for President campaign and using that money to fund the Fusion GPS, or to pay for the opposition research of Fusion GPS, which of course brought on Christopher Steele, the former M-I6 agent, if there is such a thing, to produce the filthy piece of work known as the Golden Shower Dossier. Now that has become the cornerstone of the present coup d'etat against Donald Trump as part of this Russiagate phenomena. Now the other aspect of the Russiagate is the so-called hack by the Russians. The Russians who allegedly hacked into the DNC database, stole a bunch of emails from John Podesta, Hillary, and others, which showed the attempted coronation of Hillary and the snubbing of the campaign of Bernie Sanders for president. And this then was released to WikiLeaks and became the foundation of the disillusionment that then led to the election of Donald Trump. So the narrative goes. Now, it turns out that none other than CrowdStrike, which is originally the Ukrainian IT firm, which supposedly did the forensic analysis to show that it was the Russians who hacked into the DNC database, it turns out that Perkins Coie also, through taking the money of the DNC and the Hillary campaign, funded or paid CrowdStrike for their work as well. So, if these allegations are true, as the Washington Post and others have made mention in the media, number one, this is an FEC violation on behalf of the Hillary campaign and the DNC to use so-called legal fees to fund opposition research. But beyond that, if this is true, the allegations are damning, far worse than Watergate. To have the DNC and the Hillary campaign paying for the research for CrowdStrike and this Christopher Steele dossier, which has become the cornerstone of Russiagate. Has been the cornerstone of the attempt to use this to whip up a fury against Donald Trump for his impeachment or ouster or otherwise. Now, we have put out a dossier which shows the other aspect, which is of course the special counsel by Bob Mueller. And the Wall Street Journal has asked the question, was the Steele dossier the reason by which the Mueller special counsel was formed? And was it also the ability for the FISA court to grant the warrants for the surveillance, which was done under the Obama administration, that surveillance of American citizens, in this case officials of the Trump campaign team, were then granted. And if it was based on the Steele dossier, then this is quite damning to have them be paying for the research, which was then used for surveillance of American citizens or people in the Trump campaign team. Now, what we document with this Mueller dossier is that the reasons for this are different than a lot of Americans think. It is the exact same reasons that Mueller and his crowd went after Lyndon LaRouche. And what Mueller represents is nothing but the British agents, which the Americans often refer to as the deep state, but it is the British imperial financial interest, the crown itself, that has the mission of ensuring that their once lost colony is regained. Now, what they're trying to prevent is the same thing that Lyndon LaRouche organized years ago, which is a collaborative approach with other nations of the world, namely Russia, China, but other nations, all nations ultimately. And the fight that Lyndon LaRouche and his wife have led for the New Silk Road is on the verge of taking off. It is taking off. We have the Silk Road now at 12 times the size of the Marshall Plan. More nations on board. We have the upcoming trip by Donald Trump, which could be opening the doors of the United States joining this perspective in terms of large-scale infrastructure development. And this is what Mueller and his team are trying to block by using these dossiers and this Russiagate phenomena to prevent a collaborative relationship with Russia and China. So to stop this, the American people must join with the LaRouche campaign and those who are fighting against this to get Trump to move into a new paradigm of economic relations among nations that we see along the New Silk Road and the emerging multipolar approach of the BRICS nations, and begin a new era for mankind. But that requires shutting down this coup d'etat run by Mueller, run by these British operatives scattered throughout both the Democratic and Republican Party, who are all a part of this coup d'etat. And the circulation of our dossier is critical for that. So join the fight.